Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of the FAFSA Countdown. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, and this is a form that every student who's planning to go to college should fill out. It's only a few short weeks until January 1st, which is when the FAFSA first becomes available. Now many of you, as your focus has shifted from applying to colleges to now thinking about scholarships and financial aid, have probably heard about the FAFSA already. The FAFSA is a free application that you can do, and it allows you to receive financial aid from the federal and state governments where you're located. Like I just said, the FAFSA is available as of January 1st, but you do want to try and have your family's tax returns done before that, because it makes things a lot easier for you, so you don't have to estimate the numbers and then go back and do it again. If your family already has your tax returns done, you get to use what's called the IRS data retrieval tool. And when you're doing the FAFSA, it'll import your tax information for you, so you won't have to go in and fill it in line by line. It makes it really easy for you to do that. Now, many of you may be wondering why it is you should do the FAFSA or what the FAFSA really is. So like I said, the FAFSA is a financial aid form that you'll fill out that will help you to find out what financial aid you can receive, both from the college and from the government. By completing the FAFSA, you get what's called an EFC, or Expected Family Contribution. And what this number means is this is generally based off of how your FAFSA is filed and your family's income and other various sources of funds. This is how much money you could expect you might have to pay to continue your education. However, this number is not a guarantee. It could end up being less, it could end up being more. It all depends on the college and how it chooses to utilize your EFC. On the FAFSA, which you can find at fafsa.gov, you'll see that there are a lot of different places where it's going to ask about various sources of income for both you and your parents. The FAFSA uses a formula based off of the income of you and your parents or guardians, and that determines how much financial aid you could expect to receive from the federal and state governments, both in the forms of Pell Grants and then FIA Grants for Pennsylvania. Varying levels of income for you and your family will then decide how much of the Pell or FIA grant you could receive. Additionally, the FAFSA allows you to receive loans at a lower interest rate, which, if you check out a video from earlier this summer called Paying for College, you'll see some information about what an interest rate is and how having a lower interest rate is going to be beneficial for you. No matter how much money your family makes, it is still valuable for you to fill out the FAFSA just so it makes you eligible to receive these different types of loans. And you never know how much financial aid you're going to get until you apply. On average, the FAFSA only takes about 20 minutes to complete. Many of you have probably heard horror stories about how terrible the FAFSA is. As long as you have all the right information, you can fill out the FAFSA with no problem at all. It'll be just a walk in the park. Do make sure when you are planning to do the FAFSA that you make sure that you're going to the right website, which is again fafsa.gov. You should never have to pay to complete the FAFSA. If you find yourself on a site that's asking for credit card information, you're on the wrong site. Please make sure you go to fafsa.gov for more information. In the coming weeks, we're going to be talking about some other topics relating to the FAFSA, such as why you should do the FAFSA, what do the results of the FAFSA mean, also how to create your FSA ID to complete your FAFSA, and then lastly, what you need to complete the FAFSA. All these videos will be coming out each week leading up to the release of the FAFSA. If you have any questions about the FAFSA, FIA, or Pell Grants, or anything financial aid related, be sure to send it to pagoestocollege@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Alright everyone, I'll see you next week for FAFSA Countdown, video number 2.